Look at the NFC North standings here, and there's an important divisional game Sunday between Minnesota and Detroit that could impact the way that this looks next week. Reggie Bush, he spent 2 seasons with the Lions.
I did.
Both teams coming off of losses in Week 8. Who's going to bounce back?
I think it's going to be the Minnesota Vikings, the team with the more balanced attack, the team with the more balanced, just a better football team. But I think it's going to come on the shoulders of Adam Thielen. I've been on Adam Thielen, for a while now. Everybody's heard me say that I think he's the best receiver in football right now. And we haven't seen a player like him put up these kind of numbers since Calvin Johnson. And I think that's the thing that has surprised people, is because we're used to seeing receivers like Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, some of those other receivers, DeAndre Hopkins, making some of those crazy one-handed catches. But as far as consistency and production, there's nobody better than Adam Thielen.
What's interesting is teams have still been playing him one-on-one. They refuse to put double coverage over there. I'm like, how many 100-yard games does this guy have to have before you respect him? But you got Stephon Diggs, you got other guys out there, but I mean, it's just there's no respect yet.
Yeah,
it's
not at all.
It's crazy. Start at some point. Over in the AFC North, we've got another pretty good matchup between the Steelers and the Ravens. As you know, Le'Veon Bell still has not reported to Pittsburgh, so he will not be playing in this one. And Ravens defensive coordinator Don Wink Martindale had some interesting thoughts about that.
I hope he shows up like right before the game, and they want to play him. Look, it's like this. I think it's like since 2015. If you look at their stats, there's a lot of stats in different categories that the Steelers are actually better without him. They're better in those categories since 2015 without Le'Veon, so that might be why he's riding a jet ski down in Miami right now. I don't know. But I just you can't think about what if Terry Bradshaw wants to come back and Lynn Swann. Oops, sorry.
What's he trying to do there?
I love when defensive coordinators talk. They're just like, it's just my favorite. Like, you never know what they're going to say. It's incredible. It's just incredible. I mean, obviously he's saying that they got a pretty good football team that they're bringing to come play us. So that's what he's trying to say. But, when you look at it, I mean, when these two teams play, even since, right around 2000 when the Ravens entered this division, that's when it kind of started, right? And the quarterback play has always been kind of diminished. Like, they don't play as well, both sides, right? Whatever quarterback's in the game, and it's always someone else that has to step up. Yeah. I think the Baltimore Ravens have a good enough defense to go out there and shut down Pittsburgh, but they haven't been creating a lot of turnovers. That's what they need to do. They got to get some turnovers. I think they only have 7 turnovers.
And that defense wasn't so good last week.
And they've been leaking a little bit, right? So like 50-plus points over the last 5 quarters. So they find a way to kind of right the ship. And what better way to do that against a division opponent? Come out there so you can play some defense. You're at home. Go out there and do your thing.
And they usually get a lot of turnovers on Big Ben in this game in Baltimore. But my focus is on Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster, because when you play a defense like the Baltimore Ravens that loves to get pressure on a quarterback, they love to blitz, one of the things that you become open to is big plays. And who better than Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster to make those big plays? So, in the game against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Bengals